Hello and welcome back to the MommaLiz show. So, just a disclaimer, I feel like crap today. Yesterday it was cold and snowy here. I have cotton in my ear, and my body is not my best friend today. So, I may be sluggish. Boy, the feedback. Y'all really like to talk. I can't imagine being somebody that likes to talk. So let's put on my glasses and let's talk about some of these things y'all have sent me via email or said on Messenger. I've gotten a lot of emails. Y'all are really sweet. Some of you are really not. That's okay. But I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. Just do a Q&A. I think we're all getting to know each other. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things you said. So while I've got these glasses on, let me read before I go cross-eyed. Some of them are serious, some of them are not. We're going to talk about kind of a mixture. The funniest thing that has been sent to me is, do you have top teeth? I swear I do. You see? I swear I do. Disclaimer. If you are like have a queasy stomach, plug your ears for a second. I used to halter break show cattle. So when I was very young, when I was like 16, 17, I was halter breaking a limousine bull. And he did not want to learn to straight tie. He was a booger. And we had worked together for 2 or 3 months. I thought we'd bonded. No, we hadn't bonded. I went to pack him his water, as I did multiple times a day, 2 5-gallon buckets, one in each arm, and I sat him down where he could reach them to take a nice long drink, because we've been working for quite a while. And he waited for my head to be down in a certain angle, and he came up and hit me, caught me with the pole of his head, took my 4 front teeth out. I went to the concrete water bay, pumped up the water, washed my mouth out. All my teeth were like pushed way back up in my gum, fed the heifers and went home, and then my mother went into hysterics and took me to the dentist. So I've had a lot of reconstructive dental work, and a matter of fact, because of the reconstructive dental work, I've hit the age where I've had to reconstruct the reconstructed dental work. It's a thing. And so I've had a lot of dental work done in the last couple 3 months. So I have teeth. They're very expensive. I want you to notice them. Please notice them. You notice them? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Do you have any shame? Probably not. Just go listen to that last story. Probably not. Here's a serious one. Why do you shy away from saying diagnoses when you speak? I shy away from saying diagnoses when I speak because normally I am speaking about a topic or a behavior from a person that I do not want to diagnose. Why do I not want to diagnose? Because I'm not in a position to diagnose them. I'm on YouTube. Now, why I can talk about their behavior and how their behavior is akin to these types of disorders and how some of this is playing along, I cannot say that they do or do not have these things. That is not for me to do on this level. What I can do is just kind of teach you all about behaviors and how to look at behaviors and how to kind of think in a different way, socially, individually, and be a little bit more responsible with your thought pattern. I also do not like to put a diagnosis on anybody. I don't like to say those words because lots of times when you put a label, everybody becomes so consumed with the label, they forget about the person behind the label. And so that's another reason I don't like to put labels out there. I'd rather talk about the behavior in 500,000 different ways as to just zero in on, a couple of words that somebody made up to, put everything in this nice little wadded container. I would rather have all the discussion as the little wadded container in a few words. I think it's just more productive. Also, I don't like labels. I know that's weird for somebody that's been in this field to say, but I don't like labels. I think you're a stronger person if you do everything to talk about the issue before you pin it. It's just better. Is there anything you regret in life? Probably this hairdo tomorrow, honest to God. But no, regrets, I kind of look like regrets at like pimples. They're just a part of life. They create a little bit of tension. You have to take care of them or they'll keep coming back. But normally as you get displaced from them, the people that remember them are the people that look at you for all the wrong reasons. So regrets, they're part of me at this point, and I just roll with it. Now let's get into some of the heavier ones. Why did you not jump on the Upchurch for his behavior? I did. I said he didn't do everything right. But my behavior was mostly concerned with the female perspective and other females learning from this perspective. I looked at the, the two videos, the leaked phone call and the video that Upchurch did. He's obviously in an emotional state. All the videos that I know of him on the internet, he is acting, he's portraying a personality, he's being funny, he's being, energy times 100. He's not being his authentic self. I guarantee you that the people that know him, that is a side to him that probably, 70% of the time he's probably very reserved and quiet, calm, and just goes about his day like most normal people do. So to judge him on, the 25 to 30% that he puts out there for public opinion, I can't do that. But then I feel that authentically I've only heard him twice, which was the video he said, that he released, and the phone call. And I say authentically, I think he was broken down enough to not care how it was interpreted. He just needed to get it out. I'm sorry, my shirt just pinched me. Ow. And so one of the things that I noticed when listening to him was that his phrasing was different. He was not using full sentences. He was cutting himself off. You could tell he was over animated, overthinking. He was literally in a state of panic. And I'll tell you why he was in the state of panic. He was in this state of panic because when you're in a relationship and all of a sudden it just ceases to exist, the bottom falls out from beneath you. It's very hard to remain calm because everything has changed. The past that you believed in and believed was concrete and something that you could build upon is gone. You can't go backwards. The future has completely been obliterated. You don't know where you're heading because all your plans and your desires for the future have completely changed in 2.5 seconds. And in that specific moment that you're standing in right then, you feel that you have just been tossed into a wasteland where nothing makes sense. So to judge him on just those, few little snippets is probably not fair. Now, what I will say is, yeah, I wouldn't want anybody calling and screaming at me either. I think he needs to learn volume control. That's something we all struggle with. We all need to learn volume control. I do commend him for being completely honest, and I think what we stood to learn from him releasing that far exceeds the negativity that we can draw from it. So, and then I waited, like y'all don't know, I waited with bated breath, with huge hopes that this young lady was taking the time to really, really, really think about how to respond and how to respond appropriately and how to possibly dial back and see that, when 85% of people are going, excuse me, sometimes you need to go, oh crap, what did I do? Let me recalibrate this. Let me go back and think, what did I say do that is, going against the norm, that is so wrong that all these people are saying, excuse us. Because normally if you've got that many people that are going, red flag, hello, what? You need to think about how you project upon the people, that either follow you, love you, spend time with you, if you're a celebrity at your fan base. And I don't, once I heard it, and I didn't want to wait till the next day and cut it up and make a video because I had so many reservations about it, and I would have talked about it for hours, and I didn't want to do that. But I was so upset. That was more of a mama bear rant because I was so upset because I had such hopes that she had gone on and moved on and was going to respond better, and that she had taken the time to look at a few things, ask some people, some things, and maybe evolve her way of thinking. Cognition is something that can be improved. So I thought she's improved her thinking. No. She still can though. I'm still rooting for her. She's talented. I'll not knock her talent. The girl's talented. I think she's got some growing up to do. And I hope she does it. I hope she does well. Somebody asked me about social psychology the other day. This is the most random things. These are like really what people send me, email me, or message. Someone asked me about, well, what are your feelings on social psychology? Let me take the glasses off. Social psychology. My eyes are hurting. Social psychology is one of those things that you either love it or you hate it. And you either love it or you hate it because normally of either personal inferences that you've garnered through life or your focus in psychology that you studied. Now, obviously, like I said, I have kind of a correction forensic type of view in psychology. So I don't see it like everybody else. But I'm just going to go right out and tell you, I don't like social psychology. Social psychology is kind of like we want to look at the individual and we want to look at their thoughts and their feelings and their behavior, but we want to look at it in this scenario, in this group, in this setting, in this, there's a lot of control in that. And they say there's not a lot of control. We just happenstance upon this, but there's a lot of control in that. And social psychology makes me uncomfortable because social psychology has created the need for companies to do these things called anti-bias trainings. Just anti-bias. If you run across somebody that you think is biased and you put them in an anti-bias training, doesn't that mean that you're anti-bias against the bias and desire to train them, and your anti-bias creates a bias against the original bias? I feel like we're teeter-tottered and nobody's ever getting there, and we're just constantly stacking the deck and creating these argumentative platforms. I don't like that. It also creates separation, isolation, tribalism. What is tribalism? When a whole bunch of people get together and they identify and then they start to look at other people and go, I don't like you. These are the reasons I don't like you, and these are the reasons I'm better. I don't like tribalism. I don't like to be put in a box. I don't like to put other people in a box. And I don't want to put anybody else in a box. And I don't want you to jump in a box. So I want you to think about these things. Tribalism scares the crap out of me. We see a lot of tribalism in politics. Scares the crap out of me. So when you have tribalism and you start to have that animosity, then you get resentment toward other people. When you get resentment, it breeds hate. So I don't like social psychology. Now I understand that social constructs, social norms, and all these things influence our behavior. But if you're an individual, you should think about yourself and how you have been shaped, what you have taken from the world and garnered from your environment and your relationships, and you should form your opinion. If you're constantly, as an individual, pre-thinking your opinion based on how other people will perceive your opinion, is it really your opinion? And then I think we get into this, we're not authentic mode. We're not authentic because we've geared our opinion toward other people. And therefore it's not really our opinion, it's our opinion that we wish we would have when other people are looking. And I think to be authentic, you just got to be yourself no matter what. Now, I'm not saying go out and hurt people, and I'm not saying have an opinion that is going to cause mass chaos and mass hysteria. I'm saying be honest with yourself, and if you have an opinion that is harmful or negative to the people you love, research it, look at it, and see how you can change your opinion, to be a little bit more endearing to the people that think it might be a little rough. I have some friends that have some opinions, and I'm like, did you find that in a Cracker Jacks box? I mean, literally, was it the prize in a 5-cent Cracker Jack box? How much thought did you put to that? And they normally go, oh, well, not a lot. I've always grown up. Okay. If your opinion starts out with, I've always grown up, then you've not put enough thought, effort, research, education into your opinion as an individual. It takes a long time to shape these thoughts, opinions, beliefs. You have to create an entire belief system. Do it. It's worth everything to know where you stand and why you stand there. And then when you know those things, when people upset you, you'll be a whole lot less likely to go off, like completely off kilter, because you know why you made those decisions. And you can help explain why you made those decisions to them so that you don't get defensive and think you have to protect something. You don't jump to protection because I can protect it with my thought patterns and with intelligence. So people, do your work. But I don't like social psychology. I think it kind of creates this obedience mentality, and that concerns me. It just scares me a little bit, because obedience does not beget obedience. Obedience normally begets acting out. Somewhere it falls apart. So I could go on and talk about this for a lot, talk about values, but here's something that that I figured out very young in life is that, I didn't understand how to feel authentically until I took 5 minutes to care about how I authentically make other people feel. And then I started having this precognition to my actual cognition, because I wanted to make sure that what I said I could stand behind, and that I was not intentionally trying to go out and harm anybody. And so that changed the way that I behaved in so many ways and on so many levels. And I think sometimes if we can get there, then that's kind of what adulthood is anchored in, is that pre-thought, before the verbalization, that do I need to say this? Is this how I need to say it? Am I making the right decision? So that's kind of where I draw that from and how I think. Now, for you people that love to troll, I saw somebody stick up for me the other day. Don't stick up with me. Don't get in an argument with somebody that wants to be in an argument over somebody that is not in your immediate social circle. I appreciate you watching my videos and loving me and sending me the love, but there's no reason to engage. I engaged with one the other day and enjoyed the engagement. He actually apologized to me after we started talking for a minute. But honestly, trolls are trolls. They act out. If you're seeking power, and this is the only way you can get power, and this is really what makes your day click, is telling a poor little middle-aged burly woman from Appalachia that's just trying to give some mama advice with some psychological components, you just want to give me a rough time. If that's where you get your power, hey, what? You've got, I don't know, after this uploads, 10 more hours in the day. Got 10 more hours to get power. It doesn't bother me. I actually didn't feel like I was actually solidified on YouTube till I had a troll. So I enjoyed it. You're not going to say anything to me that I don't think about myself. They like to point out my flaws, like the teeth thing. And then the other one said, do you know that your face is not symmetrical? 99.9% of society knows their face is not symmetrical. And I've been dragged through fences by cattle and come off horses and smacked the ground. I have had some train wrecks with livestock. Let's just say it's a wonder I'm still in one piece. It, honest to gosh, is a wonder I'm still in one piece. And then I have a lot of issues with my neuromuscular disorder. It creates a lot of swelling, a lot of issues. So, hey, y'all are lucky I look this good. But to end this on a positive note, don't stand up for me. It's okay. Everybody's got to have their moment to get it out. Let them have their moment. And to be quite honest, I think I'm the prettiest cow in the field. And my husband says I'm all that, a bag of chips, a big gulp, and a little Debbie. And I don't really care about anybody else's opinion of me. So I guess it's just all that matters. But that's kind of what was on my mind today. And I appreciate the love. Y'all have been great. This has been fun. I'm going to be doing some stuff in the near future. My hope is to do some funny stuff that brings out some psychological components and some behavioral components. I hope you stick with me. I hope I teach you something. I hope I make you second to guess some of the things that you had ingrained in your system that possibly are hurting yourself or hurting other people. And I hope that you enjoy spending this little time of the day with me. If you don't, gosh, don't do it again. I'll see you in a day or two. MommaLiz, out.